Welcome back to Fox and Friends First. The United Nations calling for an emergency meeting in just hours as Palestinian protesters violently clash with Israeli troops for what we told you about, this day of rage in reaction to President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the old city's capital. Connor Powell joins us now live from Lions Gate. That's in Old Jerusalem with the very latest. Good morning, Connor.
Yeah, good morning, Heather. Well, things are starting out this morning a lot like they started out yesterday, which is fairly quiet and peaceful. A lot of people coming here to Jerusalem's old city to pray at the Al-Aqsa Mosque here this morning. Afternoon prayers are just getting ready to start. But what we saw yesterday and what we expect to happen today is violent clashes again between Israeli security forces and Palestinians who are upset with President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the official formal capital of Israel. Now, yesterday we saw clashes at Israeli checkpoints in Palestinian cities of Bethlehem and Ramallah and other places along the West Bank. Palestinians throwing rocks and shooting rocks with slingshots, while Israelis were firing tear gas and live rounds at Palestinian protesters. More than 100 people, Palestinians, were injured yesterday in those clashes, and we expect them to be significantly larger today after afternoon prayers. There were at least one or two rockets fired from Gaza yesterday, but no damage that the Israelis have reported or so. But there are calls for these days of rage. The question isn't so much will there be violence, Heather. The question is will it be sustained? Will it last several days? Will this develop into something larger? That's sort of the unknown. Now, some of America's closest allies, the United Nations Security Council, Great Britain and France, are all calling for an emergency meeting this morning to discuss this move. President Trump had talked about other countries following America's lead in recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's a formal capital. But so far, America's closest allies are condemning this move and trying to find ways to mitigate the damage. Heather.
All right, Connor Powell live for us. Thank you very much, Connor. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the weekend.